Welcome. Let's get ready to battle. Feel the intensity when power and technique collide. Crush the competition. Let's begin. 2001 is the year we make contact. Welcome to the revolution. Great! I knew that groove was in your heart.
そういえばフォックス、大阪の人たちも全然関西万博の話をしないみたいな噂は本当なんですかね。全然すげえ空気みたいなかもしれないんで、まあ何かしら連絡を取ってくれるとありがたいですね。もしくは大会の告知を聞いて大会に合わせてくれるとかならまあ 100% 会える。
Welcome to part 4 of an intro into CVS2. Today we'll be diving deeper into the second Capcom Groove, A Groove. A quick overview, just like C Groove, A Groove gets its inspiration from the Alpha series, but in this case think of V-ism from Alpha instead of A-ism. The mechanic it takes from Alpha makes A Groove one of the strongest grooves in the game. Let's take a closer look. In terms of shared mechanics, because we are back at the Capcom side of things, we have dashing for its movement. But for wake-up options, this is the first time we see Safe Fall, aka Quick Rise. This allows you to quickly get up off the ground from a knockdown, but you do have some punishable recovery frames. So you need to be careful when using it, or you need to be aware if your opponent is in a groove with Quick Rise so you can cover the option. Just like C Groove, it has access to roll, so again, being able to roll through attacks and mix up opponents at times, and of course being able to roll cancel. And the last shared mechanic it has, just like the previous grooves we looked at from CNS, it has access to guard cancel. So once again, it can use a bar meter and some guard meter to cancel out of block to try and relieve pressure. A Groove only has one unique mechanic, but it is its most important mechanic, and that is the ability to activate custom combos. When your super bar is full, you have access to 2 level 1 supers and guard cancel as mentioned before, but you can also press heavy punch and heavy kick to activate custom combo, or you might even hear Japanese commentary refer to this as Orakan. This activation is similar to a level 3 super in that it has some invincibility frames, allowing you to go through normals or even projectiles, and since it can be done in the air, it can be used to bait anti-air attempts as well. It is also like level 3 supers in that it has the same amount of time stop, 7 frames in this case. This means that the opponent can't act for 7 frames after the activation flash, which is why you can catch characters low if they're not blocking low before the flash. This is also why a lot of customs on the ground start with a low light attack. Even though it does low damage and increases scaling, which we will get into in a moment, it is the best chance to catch a player not blocking low. While in this state, you cannot block, but you can cancel normals and specials into each other, either on hit or on block. As mentioned before, there is damage scaling, and it is dramatically increased in this state. There is technically a formula, but you don't really need it. The main rule of thumb is that after the 8th to 9th hit, you will be doing the minimum amount of damage, 100 points in this case, which is basically chip damage. This is why a lot of the time you'll see characters switching from doing heavy attacks or specials and do something like jumping light attacks. It's because they're trying to add as many hits as they can to increase the damage by doing their fastest cancelable normal. In this state, you can execute a level 1 super at any time. The super always does 80% damage, and doing so will end the custom combo. So most often, supers are done at the end of the combo. Now, going into all the different combo possibilities will take way too long. But thanks to Gunter, a top A groover in Japan, he has made an amazing Google document, showing off all the custom combo routes for every character. This has most, if not all of the possibilities each character has when it comes to their custom combos, such as basic grounded customs, anti-air customs, and customs that are specific or unique to a character. For those looking to just dabble and discover things on your own, here are some quick highlights to get you started. As stated previously, you can cancel normals and specials on hit or on block, but you can also cancel normals on whiff, but you can't cancel specials on whiff. Specials that are charge moves only need to be charged for 1 frame before they can be done. Grounded command grabs can be combo too if the opponent is hit and standing. There is an exception to this rule. Go see my mechanics breakdown of custom combos for more info. Air grabs can be done on airborne opponents. Some combos keep the character grounded, while others launch the opponent in the air and then carry them to the corner. It is important to note that an opponent needs to be put into a knockdown state while airborne. If not, the opponent will just fall out of the combo. If you are new and are looking to start in A, find the characters you want to play and find the basic customs, and you can use the Google Doc as a guide. Find the basic ones like grounded, anti-air, and blocked customs. Within those customs, find the combos that you can do consistently and don't worry too much about optimal routes. I've heard said that a custom combo that starts with a hit, that doesn't drop and ends with a super, regardless of what happens in the middle, is a good custom. From there, you can learn to optimize those combos and then look for unique routes for your characters. Some characters may be limited in what they have, such as not having a safe block custom or block customs that are only viable in the corner, or even having poor anti-air customs that are not viable mid-screen. If you are looking to learn more, please go ahead and check out my custom combo mechanics breakdown and check out Gunter's Google Doc. Also, Gunter has provided me a really well-made in-depth written breakdown of custom combos, and I will leave that in the description as well. In terms of characters, it is pretty much established who the top characters are. These are Dictator, Blanca, and Sakura, and then Claw can sometimes be added to that list. Typically, you will see 3 of these characters, or 2 of these characters plus a different third character. This character composition is so common that Japanese commentators refer to this team composition as Are, or just that team. You find Dictator and Sakura because they can utilize custom combos to its maximum potential. Dictator having the most damaging custom in the game, and Sakura not too far behind, but also having one of the strongest chip customs as well. This is because they have specials that do multiple hits very quickly. Dictator with his scraping attack that we lovingly refer to as painting the fence, and Sakura with her shows. So after the first few heavy hits, they can then switch to doing these multiple hitting specials in quick succession. As such, they can stack up more damage than any other character, and Sakura can use the same show on block as well to do chip and guard damage. Doing these customs takes a lot of practice and execution, and if you like, you can see my video that breaks down the execution of Paint the Fence. Blanca, much like Groove, thrives on his RC electricity, but then as an added bonus, he can confirm if his electricity hits. While not as damaging as Dictator or Sakura, it makes it one of the more consistent combos to land. Claw has fallen slightly from top level play. He's still strong at mid and high level, you just see him a bit less these days at the top. But he is basically the death by 1,000 cuts, using normals and pokes to build meter, and to harass with his RC rolling attack. If there are other characters to see, a lot of times there are front and battery characters to help build meter for the other characters that we just talked about. The most common now that I see at top level is probably Iori. Much like in a C iteration, having fast roll and Rekkas makes for strong meter building, and he actually has a decent regular custom combo and a similar block custom to Sakura, but his block custom is a bit harder to execute. Other characters you will see are Yamazaka or Hibiki, again to build meter but in a more controlled style. You can still find Honda here, again like C, and in the same way to be a more turtle character to build meter with hands and headbutts. In terms of players, one of the greatest and still one of the strongest is D44 Boss, who was known for his claw in his team, but now has probably the strongest A Yamazaki in the world. You have Gon and Watari with their take, but with Iori on point. You have players like Kosaka, KOH, YSK, and most recently Laugh, putting in a lot of work with Sakura. I, of course, have to give a shout out to Gunter, who is the one who created that amazing Google Doc, and who is known for a variety of third characters, most notably his Yamazaki, King, and Geef. In the States, we have Eric Turbo with Blanca, Sakura, and Dictator, as well as Pat Van Pelt with the same character composition. You have Min from the East Coast with his Honda in the mix, and although he doesn't come out often, still one of the best in the States is Gene Wong. If you're looking for players that use a wider variety of characters, some notable names would be Masato, known for doing really well with his Yun, Yuri, and Kim. You have Karuda, also a C Groove player, but can be seen playing a Toto, Eagle, and Sagat. A Groove is the only groove where Sagat and Kami are actually not at the top. You have Yamamoto, most known for his A, Hibiki, Sakura, and Kyo, but has recently been playing a Maki, which has been a joy to watch. Dairoroku, most known for his N Groove, has been known to play a unique A Groove of Akuma, Kyo, and Chun-Li. Honestly, there are plenty of other players from past and present that I haven't mentioned, but these are a good place to start. A Groove is one of the strongest grooves in CVS2, and if it does have a flaw, it is that it is one of the most demanding in terms of execution. A Groove is for players who are looking to have that free flow and versatility of custom combos, and are willing to put in the time and practice to land custom combos consistently. Thank you so much for watching. Look forward to the next video where we dive into the second and most mechanic dense groove for SNK, N Groove, and I will see you then.
ワイルがバンバン押していく。
さあ、
ただ
結局減りすぎる
減りすぎ
減りすぎるやそれ。おおすごい。
そう、もうあんだけが。
I know that you'll be back.